Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing? Hope you guys are having a wonderful week and had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. There was a lot of fun activities going on. Um, yeah, and it's Tuesday, and it's already been a busy week. So let's see who's here. It's Katie Crafts. She's saying hello, hello, Katie. And Linda Faust is here. She's saying hi. And Terry is waving hello. Hello, Terry. We got Debbie Ott here. She's saying hello, Eric and everyone. Hello, Debbie. And Brenda Martinez is here. She's saying hello. Hey, June Hansen. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Debbie Ott is asking, what's everyone working on? Well, you'll find out what I'm working on tonight. Donna Hoffler's here. She's saying hello. Hello, Donna. And Miss Jackie is here. She's saying hi, Eric and all. Hi, Jackie. And Pearl Medina. How you doing, girl? Hope you weren't rained out this past weekend. My gosh, it was pouring down here in or in Los Angeles. But hope you're doing okay. Debbie Ott says, I'm cutting strips for a potato chip quilt. You know, potato chip quilts are something that are getting very, very popular. And up until recently, I've never heard of a potato chip quilt. And then I saw a video done by Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. And she did a potato chip block. So now everybody's doing potato chip blocks, it seems like. I shall give it a try. Hello, Irish Sail Lady. She's saying hello, everyone. Really hot today in Florida. It was 86 degrees. I was glad to finish the day and cool off in the office with air conditioning, coffee while I watch. Okay. Wow, 86 degrees. Well, it is getting warmer here in California as well. Although we had a heavy downpour this past weekend. Weird weather. That's all I can say. Just listening tonight, fighting a sinus migraine. That's Jackie. Well, Jackie, hopefully you'll get better soon. Hang in there, girl. And see, Sandy Adger is here saying good evening. I love the potato chip block. I never made one. I'll have to try and make one. Shirley Kissinger is here. Hey, Shirley. And Suzanne Taylor is here. And June Hansen says she's making 9 patches and scrappy houses. Okay, sounds like somebody's doing maybe a tea quilt along. Chloe Morgan is saying hello. Hello, Chloe. Debbie Ott says we had a 5-minute hailstorm here yesterday. Ooh, 5 minutes. Ooh. I know, that actually, 5-minute hailstorm is pretty long. Hey, Miss Tiffany. And she says she's appliquing, so I'm not in chat, but I hear ya. Okay. Happy applique. And Donna Hoskins is here. She's saying, hey, hey, hey. Let's see. And Chloe Morgan says she's working on her blocks for Pat Sloan's Block Wednesday. What's in my closet? Okay. And Jackie says they're going to hit 98 degrees tomorrow. Ooh. And it's Florida, so it's muggy, right? Ooh. So, no. Wait, sorry, Jackie. You're not in Florida, are you? You're somewhere else. Sorry. I'm getting you mixed up with the Miss Irish Sail Lady. Okay. And Chloe says, Eric, your curved flowers are so pretty. Oh, thank you. So a few things to announce. This past Saturday was the very first Zoom, and I think we're going to do this monthly. So if you want to join in on this Zoom, you can still. And I'm glad Chloe mentioned or said her comment because the Zoom was related to our curve ruler that I've been talking about. And I don't have the book, do I? I think I put the book in the other room. But this ruler is how I made this block. So there's a pattern booklet that I purchased in connection to the ruler. Sorry, I know you can't see this ruler. It's the QCR Mini. And there were, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 of us all together that we all met on Zoom. And we were just sewing different projects from that same pattern book from So Kind of Wonderful. So my project that I'm doing is the flower. So I got 3 blocks done. Here's one. And let's see. And I'll pull these up closer so you can take a look at them. Here's 2. I'm surprised that all of these fabrics, I mean, this was a fabric bundle that I purchased while I was in Houston. And I'm quite surprised that these fabrics are a Moda line. Usually when I see Moda fabrics, it's not such busy prints. I don't want to say solid, but they're not known for prints or bright colors like this, or at least the fabrics that I've seen. And so I got 3 of them done. And I think I'm gonna do either 6, no, wait, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. So 3, so I need 5 more. And so I just cracked open a fabric fat quarter bundle, and I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of great fabrics to choose from on this bundle. So let me give you a sneak peek at this. I got this. I think I'm going to use, even though this is a border print, I might use this for one of the blocks. Definitely kind of debating because there is a lot of white here, but I think there's enough contrast with all the printed flowers here. So okay, I might save this particular fat quarter for a different project. So this is probably not going to turn into a flower, but I'm probably going to end up doing something else from the book. Now this I am going to use to make one of the flowers. And along, I think maybe with this print, I do like this green there. And definitely using this. So these 3 fabrics I will definitely use to make another flower. This one I'm on the fence with. I do like the pink, but there's a lot of pink already. So I might use it, I might not. Or maybe I'll just put it in with another quilt. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay. This is kind of crazy. I mean, one of the ladies said that when I showed this on camera, it made her dizzy. And I can definitely see why. But the colors kind of go together. I can see, I'm looking at my computer screen, and they're really bright. Okay, this is the different colorway of the other fabric. Which one was it? This one. So I am definitely using this. I'm probably going to use this particular fabric in a different quilt. Still doing curves though. Yeah. So I'll take this one out. I didn't mean to actually sort through fabrics, but it's always fun to fondle fabrics, right? So these I can put in the stack here. Now again, very, very dizzying print. I think I'm gonna, I don't know. I'll have to see what the final quilt or this final flower quilt, where'd it go? Oh, final flower quilt will look like. I might use this one. Okay, and then again, these are just different colorways of the same prints that we've already seen. So we'll split this one here. This one can go here. Another colorway. I don't know about this bird. I do like the colors, but I would have to fussy cut the bird out. So I don't think this fabric is going to be good for this particular quilt or the flower quilt, but who knows? I might use it in something else. Okay. I do like this green, the lime green. Okay, this isn't, it sort of looks like a mini panel. I mean, looks like a postage, or they took a picture of a postage, what do you call it? Postage stamp quilt, and took a picture of it and just made a fabric panel out of it. But it's a lot of different colors, a lot of different floral prints I can see. It might make a good flower. I don't know. We just have to, guess, test it and see it. Same thing with this print here. Oh, let me move these out of the way. This is interesting because the print itself is pictures of, what do you call it? Crochet. So there's that one. I don't think I'm going to use it for the flower though. I'm definitely going to use it for something else. Same thing with this. I might use this, I don't know, just to get a little bit more variety in the color and the other border print here. So yeah, these are going to go in my future project fabric pile. Okay, I'll leave that there. So thank you for sorting fabrics with me, even though I didn't intend to tonight. Whoa, okay, I see a lot of people came in. Nice haircut, Eric. Well, thank you. Let's see. Hey, Cam. Glad you made it here tonight. No problem. She says, sorry I'm late, but no problem. You made it here. And good evening, Miss Remo J. How are you? She's saying hello. And she's reminding everybody to thumbs up and show your love and support. Thank you, Remo. Remo, one thing, the email that you sent to me, or the email address that you used, requesting for the Zoom, I'm trying to sort of weed out that particular email because there's a lot of issues with it. So I'm going to send you a message from the Treasure Heart Creations Gmail group. Delete the other one, because I'm really trying to just get rid of it, since there's a lot of junk and a lot of potential hazardous emails that are coming through there. So and everybody's saying so pretty. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so what am I up to tonight? Let's see. This is gonna be the night of the HST, because these two blocks, oh my gosh, this is HST galore. Okay, so if you've been watching for the past few lives now, I've started working on this quilt called The Farmer's Wife, and we're going to continue on with it. Now, the Farmer's Wife quilt, the full quilt actually has over, how much does it have? 111 blocks. I ain't going to do all 111, no. I'm going to pick a few blocks. Well, I only need, I think, according to this book, I only need 50 something to make a throw size, in which I'm gonna make a throw size. I'm not doing a full size quilt here. So I'm gonna be doing this block here, which is Birds in the Air. And as you can see, it is half square triangles galore. And if we have time to, we'll try and do this block here. Now, some of these blocks, like for example, the bow tie, I do want to include in my quilt, but I may or may not do it on a live because, well, frankly, there's a lot of tutorials, and I think I've done tutorial. I know that the bow tie was part of my 52-week, 52-block series, so I might do it, but I might do it off camera unless somebody requests me to do it on camera. So now, I know somebody's going to ask, well, what about block number 8? I will do it, but I'm going to be doing it at a later day, only because I need to really kind of figure out how big these diamond shapes are. So I didn't want to do it for tonight, but I will plan on doing it maybe next week or sometime in the future. Okay. Oh, why did I close it? I need the picture. So I'm going to see if I can construct this Birds in the Air block a little bit differently, just using mostly half square triangles. And then, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to make this one big triangle here. I mean, of course, for design purposes, we'll have what looks like a huge triangle, but notice that in here, there's half square triangle there, half square triangle there, and then a part triangle there. I'm going to just turn that into another half square triangle, as well as these units here. And then we'll figure out how to fill in the rest of this big triangle there. So, yeah, just make it up as we go. Kim says, truthfully, I forgot this was Tuesday. Brain fog from fibromyalgia combined with an all-day migraine tends to mess one up. Hang in there, Kim. Hang in there, Kim. It's totally fine if you need, make sure you get some rest. Okay, so these I made ahead of time because I knew this was going to take a while to do. Throw that there. So I made a bunch of half square triangles. I did these 8 at a time. I think this is enough. I hope it's enough. Actually, let me pull this away for a second. And I hope I got my measurements. I actually consulted a separate website. Sort of, that someone tipped me off on. So thank you to that person. Like that. And then this will go here. So we'll put a bar here and a bar here. And I need more half square triangles. Oh gosh, I knew that wasn't enough. Is that really all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should have more. I should have 16. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Where's the rest of them? Oh, did they get caught? Okay, looks like I have to make some more. I should have 16 of them. Oh. When in doubt, if it's missing, just look on the floor, because that's where they were. So we'll do this here. And then I got these here. And then I can make one more here. Not enough. Okay, I need to make one more unit. Okay, so we'll put these aside again for now. And you get to see how I made these half square triangles because I made them 8 at a time. So let's take one more gray fabric and okay, so we're going to make 8 of them at a time. And the first thing that I need to do is these are 5-inch squares. I need to trim them down. Okay. Trim this down. Okay, so we're going to do this 8 at a time. So on the gray fabric here. Hey, Janice. Glad you made it here. And we'll draw a diagonal line both ways, this way and this way. Okay. Then right sides together. Okay. And let's sew. Okay, and I'll grab 2 extra squares, just scraps here that I can sew off on. Okay. So it was interesting to meet all these ladies on Zoom. We got to talking about a lot of things, actually, a lot of different things. Some of the ladies already knew each other from other Zooms or other ways of, they would chat with each other on other platforms. And you know, it was good to, it was actually kind of just refreshing to kind of be on Zoom. And even though we're not there technically in person, it was kind of enjoyable because you're not exactly sewing. Well, you're not exactly sewing in the same room with each other, but you are sewing together, which was interesting. And it's always fun because you get to meet new people. We got to share some ideas, different techniques. We had one person that was actually, she lives out in France. And so it was 9 o'clock when we started her time. And truth be told, we went all the way. I mean, it was 1 p.m. when we here in Southern California when I started the Zoom. And when we got off, it was 6 p.m. So we were on for a while. And we just spent the time sewing, talking, chatting. Chatting about all sorts of things. Not necessarily always quilting related. But it was fun. And it took me a long time to get one block done, or one of those flower blocks done, but I got 3 of them. So, and you know, we would take breaks. We would just hang out on Zoom, just talking. So if you've never participated in a Zoom like that, I would invite you guys to join us because it was quite fun. And I mean, we were on for a couple of hours. Again, like we started at about, well, we started at 1 o'clock and we stopped at around 6 or so. Mostly because it was getting late for our participant in France. And for the most of us, it was dinner time. Or for the rest of us, it was kind of dinner time. So we were all eating, chatting, having fun. Okay. Let's get out the sauce. Hey, Sin. Glad you made it here tonight. Let's see. Okay. If you've never seen this technique of squaring up half square triangles, well, this will be a good lesson for you. So what I'm doing here is I need a half square triangle that is, and I know what people are going to say, 1.5 inches. I know, I'm crazy. But if I want to make a 6.5 inch block, I need a 1.5 inch half square triangle, or multiples of them. So if you've never seen me, or if you've never seen this this method of squaring up your half square triangles, what I'm doing here is I'm lining up the 1.5 inch mark on my ruler, making sure that meets up with the seam line here, and making sure it makes up or meets up with the seam line here. And I'm trimming them down. And so that when I do open this up, it ends up being 1.5 inches. Okay, so which brings me to the question of tonight's live. This is only one method of trimming up a half square triangle. There's probably like 5 or 6 that I know. But what's your favorite method, or even I think I wrote it down in the question, what's your favorite tool? What's your favorite tool? What's your favorite method for squaring up half square triangles? Because yeah, when you need a half square triangle, or if you have a quilt or even a block that uses up dozens of half square triangles, it does take time to trim them down, square them up. So for me, this particular method is what works for me, but I'm curious what you guys use. Do you guys use the perfectly slotted, you know, the triangle with the slot thing? Yeah, that thing. I can never remember the name of it. So Kim Burris has already typed in the exclamation question. What is your favorite HST trimming tool or square up tool? Maybe even a ruler or a method. Mine is doing it this way, in which it's not very well, it's not an advertise, or it's not very how do I say, widely used. There's a lot of people that don't do it this way, and for good reason. But on a quilt like this, where it's going to be for me and I'm not going to enter it into competition or anything, and I'm really not so worried about everything being so perfect, exact, I will do this because for me, it works out to be a lot quicker. Yeah. But then again, I don't I don't worry about perfection too much, so this method kind of fits me very well. Quick, easy to do, no muss, no fuss. Okay, trimming the dog ears off. I just wish there was a method where you could actually trim, well, most of the methods that I know of, well, no, pretty much all the methods that I've seen in terms of trimming up half square triangles, you got to do it one at a time. I still have not discovered a way to trim up multiple half square triangles. Well, multiple half square triangles at once. You basically got to trim them down one at a time. And that's what I think the time consuming part really is. I've tried some tools like the perfectly slotted trimmer tool. Is that what it's called? I forget. I've tried that. It works. It's just not so I just don't see it as being very efficient for me, but it does work. Which is, yeah, I mean, maybe on that trimmer tool, who knows? Maybe on the trimmer tool you can do multiple. Maybe. I don't know for sure. I never tried it, so don't quote me on that. Oh, trim this one. So I made 8 of these all at once. Okay, this one's a little short. This one's okay. That's pretty good. Last one here, just a little bit. And I'll cut off my dog ears now while I can. Okay, let's see. Whoa. Okay, a lot of people had to comment on this one. Hey Molly, thanks for coming in. Debbie Ott says small scissors. And Suzanne Taylor says I use a regular ruler. Hey, Harriet Susan Franklin, sorry I didn't make it to the Zoom. It didn't start until 12:30 a.m. Georgia time. I have to be up at 6:30 a.m. Sunday morning. Harriet, I don't believe that's the right time because we started 1 p.m. Pacific time. I know Google kind of made a mess of the timing differences, but it is what we do start at 1 p.m. Sandra K said, or 1 p.m. Pacific time. So I think that'll be 4 p.m. your time if you're on the East Coast. Okay, so send me a message. I can resend you the link with the corrected information. I think Google may have kind of messed up with the different time zones. Or maybe not Google, but I know Zoom was messing up with the different time zones. So sorry about that, Harriet. But we can definitely get it straight before the next Zoom. Sandra K says regular square ruler. Kim Burris says my favorite HST trimming tool is my 6.5-inch square ruler. It's an omni grid, but I like it for the small stuff. I plan to get a creative grids that size. Okay. And Molly Fisher says at the TH chatbot cutter and ruler. Okay. Okay, Katie Kraft says it's called the Clearly Perfect Slotted Trimmer. I think that's right. Clearly Perfect Slotted Trimmer. Donna Hoffler says I use my Quilter Select ruler. It does not slip. That's what I've heard. I've never tried the Quilter Select though. They're not easy to find. I do see people or a lot of shops picking up on these creative grids rulers instead. So, which is why I have a whole set of them because they're more readily available here locally. Of course, I know I can purchase the Quilter Select ruler, probably order it on Amazon or look online for it. But I don't know. I gotta give that Quilter Select ruler a try. June says I have a ruler from Creative Grids and use the same ruler that you have. Okay. And Katie Kraft says she gave away her block lock rulers. It's interesting. There's block lock is kind of polarizing in that you either love it or you hate it. And I know a group of people that love it, and I know a group of people that hate it, which is, again, it's just polarizing. So I guess it's really black and white, I guess. And Gayla Walters says, I've used a square ruler in the past, but recently purchased the trim locks from So Be It Quilts. I'm loving them. Never heard of that one. Okay, so I'll have to look at that. Because I need I need a faster either ruler or technique to trim up some half square triangles. Okay, I'm done with my applique project now to find backing so I can quilt it. Okay, Tiffany. And Harriet says, okay, Eric, I will recalculate and try to be there next time. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll try and find your email and then I'll give you the corrected times with the update as well. Again, I do apologize. I know Zoom was putting in the wrong times for people. And Google was also doing it for some other people too. So just know that it is at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I believe that'll be 4 p.m. on the East Coast. And Tiffany's saying, next time you're here, Eric, you can use my Quilter Select to see if you like them. Okay, Tiffany. I will hold you to that. No. The Quilt Show with Alex Anderson has Quilter Select rulers, and Missouri Star also sometimes has Fat Quarter. And Fat Quarter Shop has had some. I would believe that Missouri Star wouldn't sell it because they want to promote their own rulers. Fat Quarter Shop, I will have to check. Okay, if you use sandpaper on the wrong side of the ruler, I'm not sure what Remo J is trying to say there. Some rulers are too expensive, one size specific, not a fan of those. Yeah, definitely not a fan of a one size ruler. Unless it makes a shape or cuts out something that would be hard for me to cut otherwise. Then I might consider it. I probably still won't buy it either. Okay. Enough talking, because this block is going to take me a while. Now, I did see someone saying that I need 12 half square triangles, but in which if I were to do half square triangles and then, or do it basically how it's pictured here, yes, that is correct. You only need 12, but I'm going to do the block a little bit differently in that I'm not going to do this single blue triangle. I'm just going to turn that into a half square triangle unit and then put some rectangles here and see how this turns out, because I do not want to calculate that triangle. I always have a hard time doing that. And well, that was one of the discussions on Zoom, because people were saying that they were kind of watching me and make my mistake and were like, no. Okay, so I'm going to iron these back. Shot of steam. Shot of steam there. Okay, so I got those. Let's see if that should be enough now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Why am I counting? Because I don't need to. Wait, there's 3, there's 1 there, and then there's 1 there. 2, and then the 1 that's there. I feel like I'm putting a puzzle together. Well, I kind of am. And then 1, 2, 3. Oh, just right. Okay, so then I will put a rectangle here and a rectangle there. So I'm just going to lay it out again. So I will do Oh, no. Cut out some bar or rectangles here. The block should look similar. It won't be constructed the same, that's for sure. So let's sew. Okay, let me sew this to this first, so I can get the right. Make sure we got the right size. All of this. Okay, got that one. Let me move this out of the way. Put that there. Now I know I need one more square there, and I know that should, I know the size of that, so, but let me do this. I'm gonna sew this column together first. And let me grab a 4-patch, or let me grab these 2.5-inch squares here. We'll make another 4-patch. Yep. Does anybody else sew like 2.5-inch squares or sew crumbs together when you're working on a project like this? A lot of time, sometimes I will just, I have a stack of 2.5-inch squares on the side usually, and when I'm working on, even if I'm working on a project, anytime I just kind of chain stitch something in there, whether it's crumbs, whether it's just 2.5-inch squares. If I want to make a 4-patch, which I have a stack of 4 patches now, I'm trying to figure out what to do with it. I think I know what I'm gonna do, but yeah, I just tend to sew scraps together. Does anybody else do that? I'm pretty sure there might be more of you that do. Okay, so I'm gonna press these down. Now this should be, haha, I got the measurement right. Okay. So I'm gonna measure this at there. Then I need one square. Ba-ba-da-ba. And I will sew this to this. if Remo says if you use sandpaper on the wrong side of, oh, sorry, I read that. It's fun experimenting with different ways to make the pieces to the block. Yes, it is. And that's exactly what this is. I'm just experimenting with this. I'm pretty sure it'll work or it'll look fine. I hope. But here's hoping. And this 4-patch is totally off squared, but it's just a piece of scrap, so I really don't care. Then this gets attached like that. And I can make one more 4-patch. Oh. And let's see, I press this one up, so I'm going to press these to the middle. Wait, how did this go? These. We'll press it down. I'll press downward, so I'm going to press this one upward. Just to make sure that my seams can nest. Okay. If you've never worked with blocks or units this size, I mean, these are 1.5 inches. It's always good to have a good pressing technique. Which for me, at least, it helps. And why did I choose to do this block with this such small units? It's for all of your enjoyment. Okay. You could also press these blocks or press your seam allowances open. I do find that a lot of times that will help. Part of the reason why people don't like working with small or doing tiny blocks like this is because of the hassle that, well, it's not that smaller blocks are harder to do, they're just smaller. But you do have to be a lot more aware of your accuracy in terms of your 1/4 inch. And have to be a lot more aware of how you press your seam allowances. So I think I'm going to start pressing this one open because there's a lot of bulk back there. But before I do that, let's get this last unit on. So that voila. That is tiny. But it kind of, well, it looks like the block, right? I mean, good enough for me. Now, I know I constructed this part differently from what the book has it, or what the patterns, most of the patterns will say to do. But you know what? This is one of those things where I'm just going to make it work. So now to only do that 3 more times. But it is just about 8:30. Well, I'm going to continue on, but I'm going to kind of pause here for a second. I'm not going to continue with, or I'm going to continue on, but I'll probably do it off camera because I do try to keep these lives to 1 hour, maybe an hour and a half at the most. Try not to make it too long because I know it is a weeknight and people need to get to work tomorrow morning and it's late for some people. So yeah. Hi, Miss Daisy. How are you? Glad you made it here tonight, but I'm kind of about to wrap up a little bit here. Anyone else have YouTube go back to the countdown screen? Oh, that was interesting. YouTube is doing something really stupid. Looks fine on my end. That's weird. June Hansen says, I do that, then I use it in a quilt. Okay, so she must be talking about sewing scraps together. Jackie says, I do. I keep a stack of low volume to match to leftover squares. I saw it on Lori Holt and Arkansas Gals. Okay, yeah, a lot of YouTubers actually suggest do that, and a lot of people do it. So I'm one of them. Summer Moon has a lot of small blocks. Ooh, I will have to look at that one because if I remember correctly, yeah, I do remember seeing that. So, and Molly Fisher says, looks great. Oh, thank you, Molly. And Sandra Case says, looks good. Thank you, thank you. Debbie Ott says, looks great. Oh, thank you, guys. Kimber says, looks great. Well, thank you, guys. So does Donna Hoffler. And Donna Hoskins says, more than one way to accomplish the block. Looks good. So I guess this is a different way of accomplishing the block. So we discovered something new, but, well, I'm going to make it 3 more times. All right. So I'm going to call it a live, guys. And I'm going to finish I'll finish the block off camera, and I'll probably post a picture of it, or of the finished block. So I'm I'm not surprised how this one's turning out, but I'm kind of surprised about the gray and this pink combination. I thought, yeah, let's just try it because, well, if it doesn't work, I can always redo the block or toss this block out and not include it in the quilt. So, but I'm kind of surprised that it kind of does work in common. Well, we'll see how it works in combination with everything else. Some quick reminders. Okay, so we had our first Zoom this past weekend. Thank you to the ladies who joined. And if you want to join in, please send me an email at treasureheartcreations@gmail.com and I shall send you the link to join us. We are working on the QCR curved ruler. So if you want to participate in that, go by and go out and get the pattern booklet, get the ruler. Or if you have some other Drunkard's Path ruler that you want to use up, or if you want to use that instead, please go ahead and do so and just join us. We had one participant who had a Drunkard's Path ruler. She didn't actually have the same ruler that I'm using, and she joined us anyway. She was there to just kind of chat and talk with us, and she was sewing curves as well. So Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So next one will be in May. I will, as the date gets closer, I will remind people of it. So, but we're looking at the second Saturday of May, which I believe is the 11th. At least that's what according to my note says. And yes, it is the 11th. So it's the day before Mother's Day, I think. Yeah. Don't forget to check out the Becca's traveling quilt. It's a bunch of creators that came together to create this, or we're all sewing one row of a quilt. And Becca was the first, and Sean, the guy who sews, he was the second one. Beth from Goody Goods was the third one. Farm on a Highway, that was Kelly. She was the fourth one. And coming up in May will be Amy Dement. So she will be number 5. Okay, last and certainly not least, I'm not sure if, not sure if she is here, but Katie, the Greenland Quilter, I am having a Zoom session with her on her channel. That'll be, well, it's 1 o'clock my time, Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, go check out Katie. That's the Greenland Quilter. And I'll be on Zoom with her. Now, I'm not sure if she's doing it live or if she's going to record it and edit it later. Usually she does. I think she does it live. So I'm hoping that's what she does. But yeah, if you don't catch us on the live broadcast, you can always catch the replay, or she'll probably edit it down and put it on her channel. So that is Katie, the Greenland Quilter. She pops in from time to time on the lives here. I know it's really late for her there, so yeah. And that'll be this Saturday that I'll be quilting with Katie. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys. Sorry, I know the camera went kind of haywire there, but it's back. All right, take care, everybody. And I want to say thank you for joining me here tonight. I know there's a wide variety of people that you can follow on YouTube, and for some reason you follow this weirdo. So thank you guys. Stay safe, stay cool for some of you. And you know how I always end the live, so let's all say this together. Let's all get out there and let's create something. Mwah. Bye for now.